Good morning, everybody. Welcome
Good morning.
to the meeting. Today, I'm here to introduce Nee's icebreaker speech. Who remembers reading those Choose Your Own Adventure books? Only a few hands. Is that it? Just a few of you? Well, let me give you a little bit of background then. In those books, you would read through and then you would stop at any given point, and the character that you were, it would say, well, if you choose to cross the bridge, turn to page 67. But if you choose to stay on the path and turn right, turn to page 82. And the story would change throughout the book based on the choices that you made. They were fun to read and try and backtrack through and see what happened if you could change your choices. Well, I think those books are an excellent metaphor for what our lives truly are. Throughout the course of our lives, on any given day, in any given circumstances, we're given the ability to make a choice. And today, Nee is going to share with us some of the choices that he's made in his life that have ultimately changed the course of his life. Sometimes we make choices that are small, some are large, some have a ripple effect. And the choices that Nee has made that he's going to share with us today have ultimately impacted who he is and where he's working today with his career. Nee is going to be working on, in his icebreaker speech, becoming more comfortable at the podium. He's also wants to make sure that he avoids vocal pauses where they're unnecessary, maintains eye contact with the group, and he also wants to stay within his allotted time. His speech will be 4 to 6 minutes long, green light at 4 minutes, yellow light at 5, and red light at 6. Please welcome Nee to the podium.
So my icebreaker speech today is actually inspired by a fortune cookie. About a month or so ago, me and a couple coworkers, we went to Lucky Cafe, and I broke open my fortune cookie, pulled it in front of me, and it said, "Today is a great day for dusting." And I already didn't really like where this one was headed. I mean, we just got through like 4 vortexes and everything, and I just thought, anything outdoors, anything, dusting. But as you keep going, it said today is a great day for dusting. Revisit your old dreams. And for me, a lot of my old dreams are my childhood dreams. I know we all had childhood dreams growing up, realistic, unrealistic, but we had them. And this was another first grade thing where your teacher would always come to you and say, "So where do you see yourself in 10 to 15 years? And in first grade, you have absolutely no idea. So, I mean, 2 that stuck out for me was 1, I thought I was going to be a professional athlete. I convinced myself I was going to be the next Jordan. I mean, I would have settled for being Kobe, but I was 100% sure I would have been Jordan. But there were some early signs that this was not going to happen. For one, I didn't start playing until I was in grade 4, and I didn't really learn the game until I was in grade 6, whereas Kobe was scoring about 60 points in grade 4. So, but the real reality check for me was when I played on a travel team, and we scheduled a week of playing against a school from Detroit. I actually grew up, was born in Vancouver, raised in Windsor, so I never really played against an American school. And this was one of the worst weeks of my life. I mean, the score was the exact same, so I guess we were consistent, but it was like a 70 to 15 defeat every single time.
Oh.
Every single time. It was like Brazil and Germany. It was horrible. So it was pretty evident that, I started too late, and there's a lot more time over there, but that is not what I told myself. What I told myself was there was something in their American food, and because of that, I was just at a disadvantage going to camp. So, we sprinkle, spices on our soup. We put syrup on our pancakes. I was convinced that your guys' spices were growth hormones. And your syrup was liquefied protein. So, that's how I kind of convinced myself that wasn't what happened. My next one, I thought I was going to be in the music industry in some way, shape, or fashion. I'd always walk around the hallways as a little kid. This was one of the days of Space Jam. And I'd walk around singing, "I believe I can fly." I'd walk around like, "I believe I can," do the actions and everything. But, reality check, my mom recorded me one time. And I was like, okay, this is not going to happen. But I did have a somewhat realistic dream of being a musician. I played the trumpet at a young age. And, well, really what happened there is I kind of started a little bit later than the rest of my classmates because everybody started grade 4, and I was in Nigeria at the time, so I started grade 5. I think I did a good job of catching up and becoming pretty good. Problem was I just wasn't Beethoven, you know, it wasn't that good. But again, I kind of convinced myself that I played a trumpet with a little mouthpiece, and my lips were really big, and it just wasn't meant to happen. That's what I convinced myself. So, at the end of the day, my dream's really music and an athlete. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd be a consumer's energy as an engineer. And while it's not as glamorous as being in Hollywood as an athlete or a musician, I like to look back and say I'm pretty happy with where I ended up today. And all without growth hormones. So, whereas today or yesterday might be a great day for dusting, and tomorrow might be a great day for looking at your bucket list. For me, 2 things are I really have to learn how to swim, and I got to face my fear of roller coasters. Those are sometime down the line. I've tried many times, it just didn't really work. But today, tomorrow, future, every day is always a good day for what I call Windexing, which is really just wiping off the mirror and looking at what you see in the mirror and being happy with what you see. And I'm pretty happy with what I see today. So.
All right.